Hello Avengers, it's me, Svenny McG. Now with the Nintendo Switch having debuted 5 years ago now, we're finally going to be able to create groups or folders for your games in order to organize them on your Switch. So we're going to look at the process, what you can do, how to create, delete, change, and we're going to jump in and look at that right now. Alright, now this is the same home screen that you always boot up to, and unfortunately there's no changes here. We're not going to be able to create groupings or anything else here. This is just going to show the last couple games you've been playing here. See quite a few indies actually in our own personal thing. Now one quick thing, you want to get to that end menu always from here. Just go left, you can do a wraparound. What you're going to do anyways is we're going to go to all software. Here in all software we're going to hit the L and we're going to go to groups. So I'm going to click the trigger up top. And it shows you here. Sort through, pick games, put them into a new grouping, and then you can title it, etc. So sort, basically what we're going to do is create groupings for sorting. Now, why is this significant? Because, I mean, check it out. Like, we've had groups. We've been able to create folders, groups here. I created this one on my Nintendo 3DS quite a while ago here. And this one here says demos. So you can see once I click the folder and open it up, it's literally just a bunch of the demos that I've downloaded from the 3DS eShop. And same thing, the Wii U always had the ability to create folders too. Now in this case here, we haven't had this, so we're going to call it, and they're calling this groups on the Switch, but we now have the ability to finally create that. So once you click create a group, you now can start going ahead and picking games you want to add to it. So for example, I might just start with the online offerings here from Nintendo. Okay, I picked 4 out of, apparently I've got 200 games on here, again, some demos, etc. But I'm going to click next. And now I can organize them however I want to show them. So if for some reason I want to say, well, you know, these two are actually the generation, if I'm going to go in a timeline matter, or perhaps I actually just like having the Nintendo ones coupled together and then Sega come after it, fine, great. So now I'm going to go ahead and click next, and now I can title it. So I've named this group Nintendo Switch Online because these are the ones you can access if you have Nintendo Switch Online. And again, I've used 22 of the allotted 32 characters in order to create this. So if I click plus and again accept, and look at that, we've created our first group. Can select it there, go into it, there it is, great. So again, if I'm here at the title and I go to software, go in here, I'll see all the software here first, but if I click that trigger again, I can see my groups and then I can access the software more quickly. How this plays significant now is if you want to couple all your Mario games together, if you have favorites, if you're playing this with your family, your kids, they have favorites, everyone can have their own folder and add games to it. Just to show here, if this was also my group here, and I wanted to just add a couple games that I'm playing, and let's do this too. We can do a key search, and I'm going to type in Zelda. I've got Cadence of Hyrule, and I've got Breath of the Wild. Of course, I do have the prequel, the Hyrule Warriors one, but that's not coming up here. So anyways, I'm going to add those. I've got my 6 titles. Just to show for the sake of things here, I'm going to click next, and let's call this Svenny. I'm going to click the start button, and look at that, it created it. And I just wanted to show why, because again here you can actually have the same games appear in multiple groupings here. It's not isolated to one group, so that might be helpful to you, especially if you're making one for family members and they may want to all have a certain game in their account. Then that's a nice way of organizing it there too. I can sort the groups by changing them here. That's with the Y button there, I did that. And if I want to, I can go ahead and delete a group. So I'm going to go here to this Nintendo Switch Online one, click the X button, and then click delete. If I want to go back into the group here, I can edit it with the right trigger. And now I'm going to sort software in here. So again, I want to put Boomerang Fu at the front. Maybe I want to do it alphabetical, etc. I can rename the group if I'd like. And if I say, oh, okay, you know what, I shouldn't have added this particular title to mine, I can go ahead and remove it if I'd like to, and then click save, and then there we go. One of the primary things that I'm going to be personally using these folders for is I want to create one that is for game cards and digital downloads, because when I just go through this mass list of titles that I have on here, like I said, apparently 200 titles, until you literally hover over a game and then you see that little insignia indicating that it requires a game cart, sometimes you can quickly forget which one requires one and which one you've actually downloaded. So I'm going to go ahead and actually make two separate ones here. That'll be nice because if I'm actually on a trip somewhere and I go ahead and of course not bring all of my game carts with me, I can just go to a folder and say, what do I actually have available to play right now while I'm on this bus or train or hotel room or whatever. And even subtle ones like these, the Funimation, the Crunchyroll, the YouTube, I can make one for video streaming. There's a Pokemon channel. So again, going to be nice to be able to isolate some of these apps and put them in groups so that I can find them faster. Again, digital versus physical. That's going to definitely be a game changer for this. So what do you think of having folders or groups now? Again, it'd be nice to have some different themes besides just generic black and white. It's kind of unfortunate you can't put those groups or folders right here on the main screen. And even when you select all software, it's kind of unfortunate that you can't actually get your groups to be the primary thing that you see, but you still have to actually hit that left bumper and then trigger your groupings that way. Regardless, it's still a step in the right direction. Lord only knows why it took 5 years to get here. Yeah, there's been some delays over the last 2 years, but I mean, I don't think it took that long to program it when they've had this background logic in predecessor systems such as the 3DS and the Nintendo Wii U. So this is still a long time coming, but it's still nice to see. In addition to earlier this month having that feature of obtaining platinum points from playing your Nintendo Switch, groups or folders is a welcome addition. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. It always helps grow my channel. Till I see you guys again soon, please take care. Be good to each other. Bye now.